Hello YouTube, this is Uncle Matt. This will be part 2 of the workbench restoration. I'm going to be wiring up some new outlets. These are the old outlets that I have taken out. I'm only going to replace 2 out of the 4. I don't see any reason to have 4 outlets because I doubt that sitting at this bench I'm ever going to be using more than one tool at a time, and then plus my overhead light. These are my new outlets, and I just want to kind of start by saying that I am not an electrician. I don't want anybody to watch this video and think, hey, I can do this just like he did it because Uncle Matt showed me how it's done. No, I'm not an electrician. I did consult with a friend of mine who is an electrician before starting this. So I'm going to do what I think is right and hopefully not electrocute myself or set the house on fire. So what I did learn from my friend is that these outlets have a brass screw on one side, silver screw on the other, and a green screw. I already knew that the green was for ground, which is actually missing from these old outlets, which is why I'm replacing them in the first place. There's not a whole lot I can plug into that outlet. And see, the old wiring is pretty ugly. But so the way he told me to remember this was actually kind of amusing. He said, white is alright, but brass will burn your ass. I'll never forget that. So now you know. Brass will burn your ass. Okay, so my white wires are going to go to the silver screws. My black wires are going to go to the brass screws. My green wire is going to go to the green screw. So I'm going to wire... So anyway, I took this extension cord. I attempted this once already with some wire that I purchased at the hardware store, and I had purchased these outlets plus a 3-prong plug. And my plug didn't turn out good at all. Let me show you that. This is what I did myself. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but I really had to cram this stuff in there, and this came out really far. This pulled in, this pushed out. It's not sitting in there flush like it's supposed to. And I just don't trust it. I'm not going to use it. That's money wasted right there. I'm just going to toss it. So what I ended up doing was I am sacrificing, well, not so much sacrificing, but utilizing this extension cord that I used to use for my hedge trimmers. I don't use those very often, so I just took the cord. I don't have to wire the plug on this. So off camera, I have already cut this to the lengths that I wanted it. I've already prepped the wires. Sorry for doing it off camera, but you know, I have children that run around this house and not a lot of opportunity to do this sort of thing on camera. I'll do what I can on camera, but there are times when I'm going to have to do things off camera. But I cut about 2 foot off of this, which I'm going to need to go from my upper outlet to my lower outlet, and then to this plug, which will get plugged into a power strip. But so that's enough talking. I'm going to start wiring these up. Okay, so unfortunately I did not foresee this because of the way these are made. The way the wood was cut on this backing board was made to fit these. It was not made to fit these. So I'm going to have to modify the backboard here, and I'm not going to be able to do that this evening because kids are in bed, and that'll be far too noisy. So I'm just going to cut here for now and come back to this a little bit later. Okay, for this part of the video, I'm going to have to temporarily unplug my light here in order to plug in this here rotary tool. But just to show what I was talking about a minute ago, this outlet here does not fit where this old outlet used to. You see the hole here, this old outlet, that hole is cut out to fit that. That hole does not fit this. So I'm going to unplug this light now and attempt to use this rotary cutter to make a bigger hole. Okay, it's not pretty, but it fits, and it will also be covered up by this plate, so I'm not worried about it being ugly. And I've got one more hole to cut, and I'm just going to do that one off camera. So I've got that top outlet in place. The wire has run down the back of it and coming out to this other hole for the lower outlet. And I'm just going to wire that one up now. Okay, so I need to plug this in, hopefully not shock myself, hopefully no fire, but just going to shut the camera off here a minute and get set up with that. Okay, so I already know that it works because I've got my light plugged into the upper socket and the light is on. So that's working. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to plug my Dremel into the lower socket and just for test purposes, let's see what happens. We have power. No one was hurt, no one died, no fire. So for this portion of the restoration, outlets have been replaced. Mission accomplished. Thanks for watching. Brass will burn your ass.